No one agrees on what the first Pokemon was, and it gets way weirder than the game. Since Gen 1, Mew was considered the ancestor of all Pokemon, making Mew the first Pokemon. But as number 151 in the Pokedex, it was also the last Pokemon. So Mew was both the first Pokemon and the last Pokemon, and the first Pokemon to be both first and last. Then Arceus came out years later and retconned everything, being the little god of Pokemon who created the entire Pokemon universe. Now Arceus is the true first Pokemon, and since there hasn't been another first since, that makes Arceus the last first Pokemon. Also, when Arceus released in Gen 4, it was last in the National Dex, making it the second first last Pokemon and the last first last Pokemon. Are you still with me here? Because then there's Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is number 1 in the Pokedex, which technically makes it the first Pokemon, even though it came after the first Pokemon. Except Rhydon. Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever designed and programmed into the game, which makes it 3 times as first as Bulbasaur. And then there's Rowlet. Rowlet is number 1 in the Legends Arceus Pokedex, and that game takes place centuries before every other Pokemon game, so Rowlet is the earliest first Pokemon. Which means Mew, Arceus, Bulbasaur, Rhydon, and Rowlet are all the first Pokemon. But what do you think the first Pokemon really is?